actually.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Culture of Gaming's Power Up Podcast, episode 80. I said I was rolling the intro.
Yeah, but you didn't give. Oh, whatever.
You gotta give you signs, dude. I didn't see my countdown.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it for next time. Okay. Anyway, I'm of course your host Taylor, and this week I'm of course joined by Anthony. How are you?
Not too bad.
Hello. All right.
Well.
All right.
Sound real happy, don't I?
Yeah. What you been playing this past week?
Bits and pieces. I haven't really been PC gaming that much. I haven't really been gaming as a whole. You know how you go through stages where it's like you game heavily and then kind of you go off it for a couple of weeks.
Waves, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I've been playing some Detroit Become Human. Nearly finished that. I ordered Spider-Man, so I should be getting that either tomorrow or Tuesday.
When's God of War coming?
I've already got God of War.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. Have you finished that yet?
No, not yet. I haven't actually played it in like 2
Taylor,
weeks.
you need to finish it.
I know. I need to
Funny if
start
I finish it
over,
before
not
you.
on God of War difficulty. All right.
I don't know. Like I enjoy it, but I'm not. It hasn't really captured me. God of War, which
Fair
is
enough.
a bit weird. Like I'm not massively into it. I think when I go back to it, I'll fall in love with it because it's kind of buying a PS4 and then that being my first game and then kind of jumping to other stuff kind of gets a little bit overwhelming. So when I go back to it, I reckon I really enjoy it. So nearly finished Detroit Become Human. I've been playing some Apex, not very successfully. I haven't actually completed a game until last night. I always got interrupted. And then the first actual game that I completed, I won, which is awesome. Or we won, I should say. Teamwork, I got carried a bit.
How's those backpack straps doing for you?
Yeah. I mean, it's on PS4 now. I'm playing on that, so it's a little bit different. It's changed a lot, Apex. I haven't played it that much at all recently. It's changed, like they've changed the map. The map's still the same, but they've added different areas to the map. They've added like different weapon, like hop-ups and all that kind of stuff. I find energy weapons to be a lot more powerful now, which is good. I kind of main energy stuff now, which is good. I can feel it's like spray and pray for me a little bit. So doing that, and that's kind of it really as far as playing stuff. I don't think I've been playing anything on PC at all.
Oh, it's been like 2 months since I played Apex Legends. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a few games in with Anthony last night. It went okay, I think.
Okay.
It was alright.
Would you say?
I feel like I did okay. I don't know.
You did well. I
mean-
just kept like that one thing we got caught outside the ring, and then I was running, and then was nearly dead, and then got there, and then just got shot immediately, and I was dead. So,
Yeah, the ring does like way more damage now,
Yeah,
like, even the
really?
first one. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's like you don't really want you can't do like the trick where you could like throw out lifelines,
Behind?
little vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Little vacuum,
heal
little Roomba.
in the the Roomba, right? You can't throw the Roomba out and
That's
heal
great.
in the gas anymore. So
yeah.
it like breaks after a couple ticks.
The morphine Roomba.
Okay.
All right. And then Andrew, you're of
Yes.
course here. How have you been?
I'm doing well. I'm in a little pain. I got a tooth pulled out of my face. Still a little painful, but I'm doing okay. Gaming wise, I should have asked Anthony. I'm pretty sure I can talk about that game.
I think so.
According to the embargo, I believe video stuff was due up yesterday or 2 days ago.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. What is
I
it?
can't give a review, but I can
What's
talk
the
about.
worst that could happen?
Yeah,
A lot.
I can't give my
Okay.
official review of the
Yes.
game.
Yeah.
So I'm not reviewing the game. I'll say that
Give
again.
me a number.
But I have been playing Fantasy Strike, which is a fighting game.
Okay.
It's been around for a long time. I feel like I saw it in like 2015 at like PAX. So it's been bouncing around for a really long time.
Okay.
But basically, it boils down to like, it's gonna sound really mean, but like baby's first fighting game. It's kind of like how I describe it.
Okay.
Because it's
Oh,
like
Lord.
basically like 4 buttons. There's like there's 4 buttons. There's like your A attack, your B attack, and like C. Oh, I guess there's 3. Okay, there's like A, B, C, and there's a jump button, which is ridiculous.
1, 2, 3.
So yeah, it's interesting. It's really like it boils down like the gameplay of fighting games. Like you have a health bar, but it's in chunks. So like if you get hit by like a projectile, it's only 1 chunk of your health compared to like, oh, it does a certain, like, so it's weird. I don't know how I feel about it quite yet, because like, oh, my strike that I have to get in close does the same amount of damage as like a projectile. And
isn't that the one where it's like if I think that was something else, but like 3 hits and you're dead or something if they pair together the right combos or something, I believe.
Probably.
That's
depends on the character.
Yeah, sure.
I've been playing the grappler character, who like does like two ticks of damage basically, like 2 if you like grab them.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Like, I don't know if you guys aren't too familiar with like how fighting games work, but normally like when someone tries to throw you, you have to like counter their throw by pressing like the same buttons.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
Like I'm pressing square and X, they press square and X, and it's a tech, right? So in this game, to tech a throw, you don't press anything. You have to literally let go of your controller, like basically. And if you do anything, you'll get grabbed, except for letting go of your controller. So it's like this called a Yomi counter. Yeah, it's really weird that you're just like not pressing any. Like, there's always the thing of like, don't press buttons. Now you really don't press any buttons. So it's kind of interesting. Then it like opens up this really kind of lame guessing game. Where if I'm
like
really close to you. But
like
worse, because it's truly a 50-50. Like, it's a guess, because if I'm the grappler, he has a grapple, right? And the only way you can get out of his grapple is by jumping. Or if I get really close and do the normal throw, the only way you can get out is by not pressing anything. Cool. So, like, you have to literally guess, okay, what's he gonna do here? And it's a complete guess, complete coin flip. So I can, so like, this game's all about hard reads, and I don't know. The single player content's a little thin. This is kind of like the problem with fighting games.
All right, now I want you to think of an Andrew, or I'm sorry, I want you to think of a number, Andrew.
Think of an Andrew.
I want you to think of a number.
Give me a random number between 1 and 100.
If I were to give, it'd be like cotton candy pink.
Okay.
Okay, that's a nice number.
Yeah, that's a nice number. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get more thoughts on that in the future. So keep an eye on the website, keep an eye on the YouTube page, we'll see what we get. Maybe I'll even stream some. I've been having a hard time getting online matches, so
interesting.
Yeah.
That's not really fun to watch me play single player.
No. And what's this game called? I'm sorry.
Fantasy Strike is the name of the game.
Strike. Okay.
Baby,
I believe it's
a fighting game.
I believe it's like based off of some other like property of some sort. I forgot to look this up, but it's like it exists in like some other games universe, I want to say. I don't remember what one. But I
strategic
could be wrong.
fighting game for everyone. This is literally marketed as like baby's first fighting game. It literally is marketed.
Yeah, and it's a little like, I don't know. I don't like how the characters necessarily all look.
Yeah, this is.
Oh yeah, so this is made by the same guy who made Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Okay.
Right. This is that game. They have a bit of a lineage. I love how they're like, oh, you can play it with a guitar. That's pretty funny.
Wait, I can't tell if this is satire. Yomi counters the power of doing nothing. As you said, it's just like you weren't joking. They literally tell you to let go of your controller.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a common thing in like fighting games. Like, don't press buttons. Like, you're gonna get hit if you press a button. Like, why are you pressing buttons? So like teaching someone to not press buttons is like a good skill to have. Because if you're just mashing buttons, you're gonna usually get hit by everything.
Okay. You can control this game with a Guitar Hero controller.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Have you tried that?
A lot of games like that. I haven't. I don't think I have a Guitar Hero.
Okay, fair enough.
Everybody should have a Guitar Hero.
Yeah. It's interesting. I don't know. I don't necessarily love how it looks and how everything sounds as well. It's but we'll see. Maybe the online will grab me more than the single player has.
Okay. And playing anything else, or has that pretty much been it?
Mostly that. I've been checking in on that because I'm gonna get a review. So I've been trying to get online games, which have not worked.
Okay.
Apex, obviously. And that's about it, really. I haven't had too much time for that. Much else.
Okay. And then Matt, welcome back. How are you?
Hello. I'm doing good. It's been a while, to say the least.
Yeah.
A little bit.
All right.
I'm back though.
Yes. How have you been?
Back in black. I've been good. I'm happy somebody heard that. I've been good. I've been focusing on a lot of other things outside of gaming, though. I got a video released for the COG channel that's been controversial, to say the least.
Just a
What
tad.
was that doing, by the way?
Oh,
Let me pull it
What
up
video would that be?
here. It's the
Stadia's
video.
doomed.
Oh.
The Stadia's doomed. Here's why.
I saw the article. I don't think I watched the video.
Yeah, it has like a close to 300 views now, something like that. It's doing pretty well. It has like 5 likes and like 17 dislikes.
Yep, exactly it. It is a horrible ratio.
Not looking good, to say the least. But yeah, it's I would say that the discussion it's spawned on like a bunch of other like platforms has been pretty cool to see off of it.
Yeah,
Even
like
though, you know, most of it probably not necessarily in my favor, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, like we
I gave my 2 cents.
N4G and whatnot, and the discussion over N4G has been good.
Yeah.
So
It's been healthy, I would say. That's been the most important part.
I think
the discussion on N4G has been healthy.
I think you got most of the dislikes from Reddit because Reddit is the internet. But then
I
you go
don't-
to sites like M4G or like Games Now, and people seem to be kind of on the fence a little bit, like half and half.
Yeah, it's like I don't doubt it, but I gave my honest opinion. I gave why I think it would fail, and it's like it is what it is. I gave my 2
That's what you
cents.
can do.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna fight for a side I don't believe in. So
Yeah, fair enough.
well, I don't think it's like the dislikes come from disagreeing with you. I honestly
I think it's more the title.
or I think
I didn't actually title that. I'll say that much.
Or I think it's the audio.
I wouldn't actually. So I had a lapel mic on in that video, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't recording for the majority of it.
What'd you
My
use?
audio, it just wasn't recording, so I used the camera audio, which it's not great. I'll admit. It got the job done though. It's like I'm not gonna go back and film all that. That was like an hour's worth of my time.
I would, if it wasn't you, I would probably dislike the video if I saw that.
Well, it's like I did what I could. Could I put a disclaimer in saying, "Hey, I'm wearing a lapel mic and it didn't work"? It's like it is what it is.
That
I'm
would have
just gonna roll
softened
with
the
what I have.
blow. Yeah, a little
Yeah,
test.
possibly.
Yeah. This maybe
But,
switching
yeah.
audio at some point when it finally did record. Yeah, maybe.
See, that's the thing is like I don't like switches in audio quality. If you're gonna make a shit, just keep it consistent. That's a rule of thumb for me. It's like I hate it when you see somebody like dialoguing to a camera, then they switch to like some gameplay or something. It's like a completely different
Yeah.
microphone. It's like it's
Well, okay, that's a
off-putting
little
for me.
different though. Like that's
No, but like
that's a little different.
I know, I understand,
Yeah,
but
okay.
like even that is off-putting. So I just want to like somebody switching up a mic in the middle of a video.
Okay.
You
Also,
get there
thanks
after
for
the-
the
Garlic.
follow, Garlic Bread Arena.
Oh, thank you.
Good name. It's
Yeah,
a really good
I like
name.
that. I like garlic bread.
How,
If you don't, you're just a bad human.
Matt, your opinion will always be wrong, even when you're right. That's also true. But yeah, that's the 2 main things I've been focusing on. I played some CS:GO every now and then, but I also got a present recently, or not necessarily a present, but a camera recently.
A cool
that's,
new
the
toy.
cool
Yeah.
new tool. Let's say tool, so it's not looking like we're toying with it. Although we are.
I ask
it's-
myself that question every day, garlic bread.
Right. Right though.
I don't know what this podcast is about.
News intro sequences right now, yeah. But I've been mainly recording a little bit of footage and testing the color corrections on and whatnot, trying to figure out how to use the new editing program that came with it. So yeah,
You
that's
guys
been
have
my.
You guys have a video upcoming, don't you? Tech for Thought.
Yes, we have one video that's in editing right now by Taylor. It's a review. I'll say that much.
It's a review.
Was it done by the Blackmagic camera? Or-
No,
No.
it was not.
Cool.
That was done with Sean's camera, the T6i, the EOS T6i, I think. And need to get that back to him. But we have another one we're going to film later today that I'm currently writing another one that is going to be filmed later today, and one that I'm currently writing a script for. So we got quite a bit of content coming up,
Yeah.
to say the least.
All right.
If you want to check that out, just head over to YouTube and search up Tech for Thought and find the blue
and white.
hexagon with the blue and white logo, and you'll find us there.
Yeah.
Usually run for about like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hour and a half.
All right, and then this past week in gaming for me, let's see. Been playing quite a bit of Cities. I've been having this little new project city that I've been working on. It's going pretty well. I really like that
Why
game.
aren't you streaming it?
Cities. I'll start streaming if you want me to. Okay.
Get on!
Yeah, I don't know.
We have to stream Uno.
Oh god.
Heck yeah.
Oh god.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, occasionally Uno with friends. Although it's like, unless it's like for streaming purposes, I can usually only go like an hour-ish with that game.
Well, that's
So-
about all you need to do for a stream as well,
Yeah,
like
true.
an hour or two max.
True.
Did
but
you guys just play like Uno on Xbox Live back in the day?
I did.
Dude, that was some weird stuff. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys were into
Oh,
the-
dear.
people would have cameras with just them ripping huge bongs, like out of huge bongs and stuff. It was great. Internet. What
Right.
happened?
How is that
What
great?
happened? The sanctity of bad video games.
It was like Omegle. Before Omegle was a
Yeah.
thing. I
Yeah,
swear.
it was
Yeah.
weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a little bit of Civ 6, a bit of CSGO, and just kind of the standard slew of video games for me. I turned on my PS4 for the first time in a while the
Whoa.
other day.
Ooh.
I started up Horizon Zero Dawn, and
Is that any good?
it's
Like, I'm
pretty
thinking
fun
back
so
in-
far. I like it.
Okay.
Although it does feel
Combat's
like
good.
discount Breath of the Wild in some areas, but
Sure.
Didn't they release like the same day?
they were within a day or two
I
of
think
each
a
other.
month apart
Oh, okay.
or something like. It was pretty close.
Okay.
They were really close, so it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you can't say
Okay,
one's
well.
discounted to the other necessarily.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just. Obviously, I played Breath of the Wild a lot longer and first before Horizon Zero.
You
Yeah.
still play that game.
Yeah.
Horizons, I couldn't get through it, but it was interesting.
Yeah.
Like I think the movement was what bothered me.
Okay.
Oh,
Boys.
it's like get all the way here, and I just didn't want to walk that far.
Hey,
It's like,
Hey,
oh god, can I not, please?
Uno has been seriously entertaining though.
Yeah.
You know, with the boys.
Yeah, Uno with the boys.
Uno with the boys.
Yeah.
That's a game I've been playing as well, just Uno, which has been absolutely hilarious in my opinion.
Yeah.
Did you tell Matt about Dose? Was it called? What was it called?
Dose?
Dose? I
Dose.
forgot.
Oh no, I didn't. We discovered
What?
Dose last
The
week.
sequel to Uno.
No, it's legit a sequel to Uno. It's made by
It's
the same
real, dude.
company. It's real. It's real.
Ethan,
Google it
I
right
haven't
now.
did that.
I am so ready. Drop the details.
Google
I don't
it right
remember,
now.
but
Yeah, Google
it's
it right now.
bad. It's not as
Matt,
good.
have you ever
Aw.
played Monopoly Deal?
No. I played
Okay, it's-
Monopoly.
Sure. So it's kind of
Ooh,
like
Horizon was February 28th and Zelda was March 3rd.
So,
Thank
if
you, darling
anything-
Bretterino.
Zelda's a rip-off of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Exactly. Now.
I mean,
Okay.
Twist!
Oh, what the twist?
Yeah.
Hard
Okay.
facts. Hard facts.
All right. And so yeah,
Don't forget
that's.
to stop the tech for thought.
I think that's pretty much been it for me. I'm going
Self-promo.
through my Steam library here. I don't see anything that I've been super duper playing. So anyway, the main site is of course cultureofgaming.com. Head on over there, check out gaming news, opinions, all that fun stuff. We got occasional anime stuff, occasional tech stuff gets posted on there. All the tech for thought stuff gets posted onto cog.com also. So make sure to go there. And yeah, we have two Facebooks, facebook.com/cultureofgaming and facebook.com/powerpod. Those are both for the main site respectively. And I'm sorry, it's facebook.com/cogdotnet for the Facebook of the main site. And then we have a community Discord, a link to which you can find on the right hand side sidebar of the primary site, and you can chat with everyone you see on the podcast there. And then Twitter @COGDOTNET, Instagram @cultureofgaming, youtube.com/cultureofgaming, twitch.tv/cultureofgaming. There's a decent chance you're here now. You can also find a link to the community Discord below the Twitch channel. So, yeah. And then
I will also point out this podcast is posted to iTunes, Podbean, anywhere you can listen to podcasts, we are there. So if you're wanting
SoundCloud.
if you can't finish it live or whatever, jump on over to SoundCloud. Yeah, it's on SoundCloud as well. Jump on over to any platform and check us out there.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway,
Do I have-
yeah, and then really quick before we get into the gaming news, earlier this week, is it on Spotify? Yes, it is. Kyoto Animation, an anime studio located in Kyoto, Japan, suffered a deadly arson attack, leaving now 34 people killed and 34 people injured currently. And Culture of Gaming would like to express our sincere condolences to the families and people affected by the horrible attack. Luckily, the suspect is in police custody, and I hope he just gets the book thrown at him. So, yeah.
I wish a very heavy book is dropped right on his head.
Oof. Twitch terms of service violation? I don't know.
I never.
Okay.
People kill, like, virtual people die on Twitch all the time.
Didn't Alinity throw her cat the other day? So
I saw that this morning.
Animal abuse.
yeah,
Yeah,
Alinity threw her cat.
For some reason.
Yeah, they got pretty. Yeah,
Okay.
it was interesting.
All right.
Don't blame
Anyway.
cats.
And we're banned. You're welcome, everybody.
Okay.
Don't throw cats.
She fed the cat vodka or well, that's not good. Or something. Okay.
Wait, what?
I did
That's
see
disgusting.
that too. It was, yeah.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
It was like she took a pull, and then like the cat like kissed her face with it on, like or whatever.
Okay.
And yeah, it was
Okay.
not a good look. Not a good look.
Okay. Well, before we get sued for defamation or libel, we're gonna move on.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. She allegedly fed her cat vodka or beer. Okay. And allegedly yeeted it. She hit that yeet on the cat.
Hit that yeet.
Okay. So last week.
So getting bad.
Last week, our leading topic was about the Switch Lite and everything. And then as part of that story, we also brought up that Nintendo requested to change the FCC filing with the Switch for a different battery, a different Tegra chip, and a different motherboard to compensate for both of those two changes also. And so some people were speculating that basically, could this be the Switch Pro that they're talking about? And then it turns out my initial judgment on intellectual property law was correct. And that is, it's like, had it been the Switch Pro, Nintendo would have needed to file a brand new thing as opposed to just adding in or editing one. And so it turns out Nintendo is in fact refreshing like the original Switch hardware. It's still going to be called the Switch, and the only real benefit is going to be a bit better battery life. And this is done so that it has more modern components to make it so that the supply lines are easier, because they have to do the Switch Lite now also. So it looks like the regular Switch is going to get the same Switch Lite battery, then the same Switch Lite Tegra chip, and the same Switch Lite motherboard. So
I'm happy you love this.
Yeah.
Objection.
Oh, what's up?
Isn't the refresh of the current Switch going to have a better battery life than the Switch Lite? I thought the Switch Lite was only going to have...
Yes, it's supposed to have roughly... It's going up. I remember the max is like 7 hours now. It's like 3.5 to 7 hours.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, but it's
going up. I've heard that for sure though. It's going up by a significant percentage.
Yeah, I've heard it. That's because it's like bringing it. It's like the Switch Lite is supposed to have significantly better battery than the original Switch anyway. So
yeah,
I don't know. But it would make sense from a manufacturing perspective for it to be the same, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you really want a new Switch, with like a regular Switch, then you need to call up like your GameStop or like Walmart or something, and like have them read to you the back of the boxes, the model number. I think like the model number for this new Switch ends in like 001 or something like that. So yeah, did we lose Andrew? I think we lost Andrew. Yeah, we lost Andrew. GG.
Bye, Andrew. Have fun. Have a nice life.
New model will include approximately 2 extra hours battery life. Yeah.
Thank you, Garlic Breaderino, with the fact checks.
Also, can I just point out that I really like Nintendo's metrics of measuring Switch battery life? You can play Breath of the Wild X amount of hours with this new Switch battery. I really like that metric.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
And we all roughly know off of experience how long it lasts with while playing the Switch.
Yeah.
With playing Breath of the Wild, and it's like
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's like close. Mine was like close to 2 hours, 3 hours. It was like somewhere in that neighborhood.
Mine's definitely gone down over time. I will say that. I think I get like an hour and a half to 2 hours of Breath of the Wild, and that's about it. Yeah. All right. I would really like for Andrew to get back, before we go into the actual lead topic. So, Matt, does the Switch Lite interest you at all?
No.
No. Okay. Fair enough.
No, because I already have a Switch.
Yeah, really. I kind of concluded last week when we were talking about this.
Rip, he's gone.
our overlay is about to get yeeted.
Up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Oh well. I mean, minus the colors, Switch. I don't care for the Switch Lite too much. I tend to play it on the go quite a bit more than in the dock, but I still. That Minecraft was white, right? I still like playing it in the dock, and I wish they would just give us like a beefed up dock to bring it to 1080p standards.
Yeah.
Just like that. I think that would be a better thing for the Switch than anything right now.
I mean, the dock is literally a pass-through.
Yeah, that's all it is. But like, I want something to give it a bit more beef.
Yeah.
I don't care for the Switch Lite.
I kind of arrived at the conclusion that had the Switch Lite been available at first, might have considered that model. But yeah, it's not worth it to me to buy like a whole new Switch over just the handheld mode. Anthony.
His computer got nuked. Rip.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep, we hit.
Oh, we just heard a little bit.
Am I back?
I think you're back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was interesting. Okay.
Your video was lagging for a little bit there. Like, it was like being slow mode for quite a while.
I think it's like one of those web pages that we use often, like this PC Gamer or something. I don't know who it is, but one of them that we always use just wrecks my computer. It's Firefox too.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Gotta use Oprah. I'm just kidding.
I had like 800 tabs up, and
That's probably
got a Tor browser with DuckDuckGo from now on.
You just had a memory cache fail.
Okay, it's fine.
You just fucking exceeded your memory limits, and your computer's like, I'm dying.
yeah, probably.
Later.
Fun.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Andrew. To sum up, basically, it's just like Switch is doing hardware refresh. It's not being marketed any differently. So if you buy a Switch on the shelf lately, it might be this new one. If you really want a new one, have GameSpot or GameStop rather, like read you the numbers on the back of the box to let you know the model number. Okay.
I heard about this. It's kind of a bummer that they're not like.
Do you think they're gonna
the older ones?
Make a new packaging for the new stuff to make it more distinct?
I don't think no.
That's possible. It'll just be like luck of the draw, I reckon, if somebody walks into a game shop and they don't know about the newer updated Switch. Just be they make it an old one.
Good thing we are bringing them the news, eh?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, like, also, this is common for console manufacturers to do this. That's the thing. Like, an Xbox 360 in 2006 does not have the same chip as an Xbox 360 in
imagine they would too.
Like 2010. So, and it's like, again, it's just for like manufacturing stuff and everything. It's a lot easier to manufacture modern parts than it is 4-year-old parts. So
yeah, it's just such a bummer that this is like such a big, like kind of a big deal. Like battery's pretty big deal.
Yeah, it is.
When it comes to Switch.
Yeah.
And 2 hours is a pretty big deal when it comes to something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Whereas like a 360, like it's got a new chip and it might run a little smoother, but you're not going to see like that much of an improvement.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like
I feel like they're really. Yeah.
There's the difference between it's like, my Switch lasts the entire flight to New York versus half of the flight to New York, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So
that's when you pray you have one of those charging ports in your seat.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are so nice. Okay.
Right.
Anyway.
We don't have them here.
Rip.
You get on a plane, you get nothing.
No airplanes? Oh, okay.
No, airplanes don't work over there because they're upside down. They just fall off the earth, right? That's how it works.
That's a good one. What? No airplane?
You've never heard that before?
What? Yes,
like that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Anyway, our actual leading topic for this week, because that was just an addendum to the last one, is Sean Murray, the main dude behind No Man's Sky, which launched to not incredible reviews. Yeah, not incredible success. Wasn't a good time. Let's put it like that. Although, from what I understand, it's pretty decent now. Anyway. He says that it's best for the Anthem and Fallout 76 devs to stay quiet. Effectively, it's because he basically says it comes down to it's best for them not to waste their time with promising things that the community will only see as empty promises. So, yeah, and so that's kind of, I don't know, I guess it's just I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think it's good for, in wake of a post-launch failure, to stay quiet and fix things, or is communication key here? Anthony, what do you think?
Oh dear. I knew you were going to go with me first. So
Yeah, go for it.
I feel like with Fallout 76, I feel like they have kind of went through a stage, didn't they, where they were staying a bit quiet and weren't really updating people on what's going on, and then I think it's with what Sean said, isn't it? Did he say 2 years, or like stay quiet for around 2 years, or just a period?
We stayed quiet for around 2 years, and there was no communication with the player base for around 3 months or so.
Sure.
Yeah.
I feel like 2 years is far too long, to be honest, with a game. Anthem, though, needs at least 6 months or like a year, possibly, because they need to go away, really work on the game, not tell people, hey, we're going to try and patch it so the new people can get this new thing. And, you know, it kind of feels like if they're updating people constantly, it feels like they're kind of grasping at straws a bit.
Okay.
To me. I feel like they kind of need to go away from a period and then really come up with a new... What the heck is that? Come up with a new game plan and then kind of go from there. With what Fallout 76 did, I feel like they've kind of had their silent period, in a sense, and they really need to get back on track and say, okay, this is our new game plan for the future. This is what we're doing. This is what you can expect. And that's kind of what we saw at E3. Like, a lot of us were saying that, you know, they need to get in front of what happened with Fallout 76 and say, hey, we messed up. This is what we're doing. And that's kind of what they did. So I feel like 76 is kind of out of the woodwork already. Okay. Anthem's still stuffed, though.
Yeah. It's really quick to clarify. Sean Murray says, we went about 3 months without saying anything to the community either. That was really hard. I sat down so many times and wrote the perfect blog post that was going to explain everything about the game's development and the roadmap going ahead, but I could see that it didn't hold credibility with regards to where we were at, and we also went about 2 years without talking to the press at all. So, yeah. Okay. Andrew, what do you think?
I mean, I think, first of all, I think they're in a unique position being like a smaller game studio. Whereas like EA is EA, and they can't really be. It's hard for them to be silent for too long because like people are, they don't put out games, you know, like that as often. Not saying that indie studios do either, but
right.
They put a bunch of money into this game. They want to be successful, and like they have to keep the player base up because usually it's very hard for a player base to like drastically rise, I feel like.
Yeah. So, and I guess what you're saying is like, you know, you look at EA or like BioWare to be a little bit more specific for like Anthem and everything. It's just like they have dedicated PR departments as opposed to like a smaller indie studio like what developed No Man's Sky might not have either as large of a PR department or any at all. So
right, they had like, you know, 2 people. Doing PR. Yeah, and then like I said, like the whole like player base, like you know, you launch with your highest player base, and it just goes down. Usually, it just goes down. For obvious exceptions, certain games, you know, just keep going. But it's hard, you know, if they don't communicate, like, why would I want to even try their game at a certain point? Like, oh, I heard the game's bad, I'm not gonna play it. And then if they're quiet for, you know, 6 months or whatever, you know, everyone's moved on. There's new games to play, and then hey, you know, this game's really good actually. Now do you want to play it? I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's kind of old, right? Like, I'd rather just play the new games I'm playing now. So and to get your old players back on, like, it's not good to not talk to them, I feel like, because they are your dedicated fans, right? They are the ones that want to be in the loop. They want to be talked to. So I could see what he's talking about though, and like, hey, go quiet and just fix the problem. But I mean, you have, like you said, you had dedicated teams. Dedicated teams need to talk, while the other dedicated teams need to work on the game. So, you know, with big studios like that, I think they need more vocal, and they need to balance, you know, fixing and balance their communication.
Okay. Matt, what do you think?
I think that's a very subjective way to look at a thing. It's like, as Andrew said, I mean, for a smaller company, that's a really good idea, you know, but with something larger on this scale, it's such a momentous failure. You have to, if you're trying to keep this going, you have to talk about it a little bit. At least give somebody an idea of what you're working on. with Nintendo, for example, they've been very open as of late of how development's going on this thing, what their plans are for certain games. Like they came out and straight up said, yeah, Metroid Prime 4 sucks. We're scrapping it and restarting it. Like when they came out and said that, most of the community is like, all right, you're being honest with us. We'll take it for that.
Yeah. Okay.
I think one also really good example of open communication being great is as of like CCP with EVE Online has been very good at expressing what their plans are and what they hope to do with their community. Stuff like that. It's like it gives players an idea of what's coming and what to expect. Just to either get excited for or to prepare for something. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So I don't know. I don't want to say he's 100% wrong, but I don't think I don't think he's 100% right either with this sort of thing. I think I lean on more on the side. It's like, okay, communication is key for this sort of thing because, okay, I still follow the Anthem community quite a bit for some ungodly reason. And it's like, I must say that it's like the most frustrating thing in that community is that just BioWare completely just doesn't acknowledge that, like, they understand we're frustrated and why we're frustrated and everything, or they understand that things need to change and everything. So it's just like, that's really frustrating not hear from BioWare. It's like, at the very least, acknowledge that the community is frustrated, acknowledge things are bad, stuff like that. It's like, this is what we're working on. I would probably refrain from giving timelines, though.
Yeah, timelines is obviously a terrible idea, but just saying, hey, this is what we're working on as of the moment. Exactly. That is a very nice thing to know.
Yeah, because like if you do a timeline, then it's like people will be, oh, I'll just come back to this game at this date, but then they never do because they get distracted by some other game or whatever, right? So I guess Final Fantasy XIV is a game I play now, so I can bring this example into that. It's like Final Fantasy XIV, when it first came out, was not an incredible game to the point where it's like they'd kind of made a big deal about nuking the world and starting over. And it's like, they literally shut the game off for about a year while they fixed most of the things. So, yeah. And they were very communicative about it and everything throughout the process as the game was shut down and they were working on it. Everything was like, hey, this is what we've accomplished like this past month or whatever. And it's like from the get-go, they laid out, this is what we want to see happen by the relaunch. We think it'll happen by then, but we're not sure. It's like, so, they were taking feedback all through that.
And I think with what Bethesda did, like at E3, that's a good example of what you should do. Like, when I say go silent, I mean, like, get out in front of it to begin with. Say, hey, we really messed up. This is what we're going to work on. We're going to be quiet for some time while we really sort this out, and jump back on track. And hopefully we'll still have players in a few months' time.
Hopefully. I think that's definitely the most important aspect of anything is just acknowledgement.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, as long as you let us know that you messed up.
Right. It's all fine. Don't worry.
Cool.
I mean, and I guess it's like that ties back to the whole, like, Anthem thing, too, right? It's just like, we don't even know if EA acknowledges they messed up. That's the thing. Because it's like whenever some EA exec talks to the press, they give like, oh, Anthem didn't quite meet our sales expectations or whatever, It's just
very
like...
corporate answer.
Yeah, it's very, very sanitized answer. So, also, ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, did not launch as an incredible game either. But again, it's like they communicated through the whole process of everything and whatnot. And I guess the big key thing here is like when you feel the game has made it like into a very like more playable state or just like originally promised state at the very least, make a big deal out of the relaunch and everything. And I think that kind of works the best for it.
I think Bethesda kind of has it in the bag with how they handle poor releases at this point because they went pretty well with ESO.
Just re-release Skyrim, make up the sales.
Yeah.
Skyrim Very Special Edition Part 2.
Yeah. FF14 got pretty lucky in that every other WoW clone turned out to be hot garbage, so a Realm Reborn stood out more than it should have. Yeah, that's fair. It's like there's no really true, or it's like the only other really true action bar MMO like WoW out there is Final Fantasy 14 because the rest are garbage. You get other MMOs that are decently competitive like ESO, but it has like Elder Scrolls combat, and then we have like Black Desert Online, which has really fun combat, I do say. But
God, the combat in that game is so much fun.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So anything else to say about PR stuff, or are we?
He's a one-eyed freak.
Jeez.
Animal abuse. Nah.
All right, let's not pull an Alinity here.
If name calling an animal is considered animal abuse, I should be put away for a very long time.
Yes. He tots mad garbage to his girlfriend's cat.
He's my cat as well. My
True.
name is on the adoption papers.
True. Okay, that is correct. Okay. Anyway, Anthony, PS5 stuff. What you got?
Yeah, so apparently, I think we all kind of already know this. PlayStation is currently working on a VR headset. If I can find the article, there it is. He's working on a VR headset, or actually the PS5 is going to be VR ready. I think they've already said this with all their specs and everything that have been leaked and have come out regarding the PS5. Apparently, they already have a headset in the works for the PS5. So this article is coming from inverse.com. Sony has already confirmed that its next generation console will be compatible with current PSVR hardware, but it's also clear that the entertainment giant has much bigger plans for VR further down the line. A surge of recent patents and leaks have made it increasingly clear that the company is in fact developing new PSVR equipment. The robustness of some of the leaks gave some credence to the theory that the headset will even launch alongside the PS5. It looks more likely now that the company will space these hardware launches out while future-proofing the initial PS5 console with VR-centric specs. Then it goes into basically what the new headset is going to look like. One of the exciting breakthroughs, the many patent blueprints published so far have all suggested that the headset will be completely wireless. Leak specs have also revealed the price, claiming that a variant that costs $250 will support 2560 by 1440 resolution and a 120 Hz refresh rate, provide a 220 degree field of view, 5 hours of battery life and eye tracking support, and on June 11th, Sony also confirmed that it's working on a VR headset which can track users' head position and eye movements in a patent application published by the USPTO. And then got some photos of it.
So Sony has decided
and everything regarding this. I guess my question is, did you guys think that the PSVR that goes alongside the PS4 was very successful? Would you be checking out this new VR headset? Are you excited for it? What do you think?
Sony has decided that PSVR is a clever enough gimmick to keep going into the next generation. What's up?
Sorry,
it has its market.
I have a PSVR.
I am offended. I feel personally attacked.
No,
I'm gonna sue.
I don't use it very often.
Gotta keep it real.
To be honest.
Okay.
But that's because it's wired and obnoxious to set up. So if it was in fact wireless and easy to work with, I would probably use it more often.
Okay.
Because I have to run like cables and plug it into here and all that stuff. It's a real pain. So it's kind of sitting in the box here.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Definitely one of the largest. Yeah, one of the largest drawbacks from the stuff is just the wire right now. I know last time I played on a VR headset, I almost tripped myself because I wrapped myself up in the wire.
Yeah. And having like a whole cable jockey doesn't always work out because in Matt's case, he almost punched the guy in the face.
I actually did punch him in the face.
Oh yeah, that's right. You actually made contact with
straight
him.
up. I clocked him in the teeth.
Huh?
What is that E3?
It was at when we visited Tripwire. Yeah.
And when we visited Tripwire, we demoed this this VR game where it's a stealthy game where you can go around and knock people out. Correction. You're supposed to. I have a really good clip of Taylor me and the dev going, "Hey, stealth is an option." Trying to hint towards Taylor. He could drop down to point the gun and say freeze, and he'll drop his gun. But he just stands up and gets him from the top of where he's standing, just kills him outright.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So when I played the game, I decided, I'm gonna do it a bit more stealthy. And he goes, hey, you can actually knock out guards if you wanted to. Like you could rock up and clock them in the back of the head. So I did that with a couple of them. Later on, I'm progressing, trying to sneak up on a guard, and I think I'm close enough when moving my character with the thing, and I try clocking him and he doesn't go out. And I'm like, okay, so I physically take like 2 or 3 steps forward and go pop, and I nail him right. It wasn't hard. It wasn't hard, but I could feel his teeth make contact with my
How did
knuckles.
this guy not see you coming toward him and like,
I
should not
don't know.
move.
I couldn't tell. I was blind, obviously.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's hilarious.
I don't know, but yeah, I clocked him, and he was like, that was actually my fault. I just stood there.
Yeah.
But he was all good spirit about everything. It made it so much better.
Yeah, no, Tripwire was pretty cool. Voice 93. But okay, yeah, I feel like that's kind of the biggest.
Need to produce that. Yeah.
I feel like the biggest thing about and I mean, whose job is that? I feel like the biggest thing with VR is kind of like Andrew said, it should be a pain to set up, right? It's just like, especially if you do like full lighthouse or something for like a Vive or something, you got stuff dangling off your walls now.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I mean like
a dedicated room.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like the room has to be set up very interesting. Like, I don't know. They do it. Mimi in the Wild is now following. Thanks for the follow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so it's just like, I don't know. A lot of rooms I've seen are just straight up aren't compatible with VR. It's just like, they have like some open side walls or something where it's like, oh, I'd like to do a lighthouse thing right there, but I can't. There's no place to hit it, especially family rooms. Anyway, I do digress. Anthony, well, you're recently a PS4 fan. Do you plan on picking up the PS4 VR?
Spamming
I don't know.
in the chat or
Hey.
Matt's like spamming stuff in the chat about.
I am not
whatever.
spamming stuff.
Sure.
That's the second link I posted.
I'm tempted to play Tetris Effect in VR, but the
yes,
whole...
I was gonna bring this up. So Fantasy Freak 112 said VR could be very convenient, could be the most convenient thing ever, but the games are mad. It won't matter. We need more Sword Art Online, unless 30-minute Wii tennis games. I agree, but like things like Tetris Effect, which are like just Tetris, is amazing in like VR.
Like
I love
Beat Saber is awesome as well.
Beat Saber, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like really silly stuff like what's that game? Like drunken bar fight. Like that game.
Oh
I don't know if you've seen that. That thing's just ridiculous. See, I think I don't know. VR is like coming like a party thing almost. It's like
it's like a gimmick.
thing. Then like it's like a gimmick. So as long as your gimmick is good, like and not just a knockoff. Like I agree. Like then Oh, they're in chat.
Clear chat.
No. What happened?
Who did that?
Chat was cleared by a moderator.
Still playing games.
Sean.
Is Sean still Sean?
I mean, I've played a lot of Tetris Effect, like 30 hours of Tetris Effect. VR, I probably put like a couple hours in.
Wait, why do moderators have the power to clear entire chat lots? What?
That's
Twitch.
They're a moderator.
Twitch. Okay. Anyway, yeah.
Do we want
although more to like, I don't know, Fantasy Freak's point.
I never finished my point.
I'm sorry. Okay, then finish your point. Go.
So what I was saying was, I don't plan on getting VR because wires.
Okay.
Bang.
Okay.
So it's literally just wires. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Yeah, I guess like to be fair, it's just like the broader point there is ease of setup. It's just like you're not having wires, just having a little dongle to plug in is pretty convenient, right? And so I didn't do that. Okay. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, and so I do agree with Fantasy Freak's point there. It's like we need more SAO stats, and it's just like, the moment something like the Nerve Gear or like Amisphere gets announced, pre-order. Instant pre-order. I don't care if I'm locked in a death game for 2.5 years, okay? It'll be fine. I will meet several waifus. I will come out of there with a harem, okay?
I'll be right next to you.
I mean,
that's
I don't know. I just don't know if VR lends itself to like those hour-long games.
Yeah.
I think. I don't think there's been a game that's come out that's really pushed us to try it. To that point.
Yeah,
that would be
it's like,
fair. I mean, there's only been like.
Like Resident Evil 7 was people generally like that game.
Okay.
There was one true VR. It was like the Outer Space game that was like it had like an actual AAA budget behind it with the story and whatnot. I forget the name of it, but that's like the closest we've had so far to like a true full-fledged game for it.
Sure. Okay.
And,
I guess that's kind of been our like long-standing point and opinion on the podcast, and it's the same as kind of Matt was saying there and what Fantasy Freak is talking about in the chat now. It's like there's not a single killer app, but it's more of just like a bunch of like good experiences. Like there's a lot more of like, you know, Beat Saber is a good experience in VR, I'd say, you know, and I'm sure there are some other games out there, but it's just like, yeah, there just hasn't been like something like a Breath of the Wild that everybody wants to play and wants to do hardware to play, you know? So
True.
Yeah.
But it's also, you have to, like, a lot of these things, you have to own a thing to run it.
Yeah.
You have to own a PC. You have to own a PS4. I think with some of the new ones, you don't. I think, like the Wire. I could be wrong.
Although the Oculus Quest is self-contained, I know that.
Yeah.
AMD once upon a time demoed like a self-contained VR headset, but the back of it got really, really hot, so they kind of scrapped it.
Yeah, it seems bad.
Yeah. Also, having a battery near the back of your brain isn't exactly
bad idea.
Yeah.
Seems dangerous.
No way.
What's the worst that could happen?
No, you definitely don't need a dedicated room for a neat experience. That is true. But a bunch of neat experiences, hey, maybe, I don't know.
But I mean,
Maybe,
look, I think the whole as well with a lot of people is the whole size that you need for VR as well. Like you need a decent amount of room, and like I don't know, a lot of people like in countries that have smaller houses like the UK and whatever, it's very restrictive. And even here, like I don't know, like for people who own apartments and all that kind of stuff, it's even here as well. Like it's very restrictive. Like the house we're in, our media room isn't big enough to own VR. So once they kind of cut out the whole wired side of things, I feel like it's gonna open it up to a lot more people.
There is a wireless option right now. I forgot what it's called.
There's the Vive Pro. Which
but I mean, that's
wireless.
like, hey, you can't get it here.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but still, that option exists. I forgot which one it is. Is it Vive or is it Oculus that came out with it? It's like a mid-tier, like a nicely priced one.
I think it's the Oculus.
You don't. Yeah.
I think it's Oculus Quest isn't wired, and it's fully.
There's two. There's the Quest, and then there's one that's like. Because isn't the Quest kind of like
might be the Vive Pro, I think.
Oh no, it is the Quest. Yeah,
Okay,
you're right. It is the Quest.
Okay, sure.
And this one is like, God, Beat Saber. It's a little limited right now, I think, with like its setup, but yeah, it's like $400, which is like obviously very expensive, but at the same time, that's not terrible.
All right.
Interesting. Okay.
Also, I think once they make it more like easier to purchase and cheaper as well, it's gonna open it up a lot more to people.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's all contained as well, so I don't know if you need anything for that one.
Yeah. As Fantasy Freak said, you don't dedicate an entire room for a neat experience. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. Anything else to say about VR or the PS5 VR headset specifically? I don't know. As I said earlier, you know, Sony has deemed the PSVR a good enough gimmick to keep going. So.
I was just want to piggyback off this article. Didn't I was this referring just to the PSVR? I thought I saw something about PS5 getting their leaked price as well.
I haven't seen anything about that.
15 months ago.
Was it
4 weeks ago or something?
Oh, I don't know. I read an article.
So I was saying it was $299.
It was like $400 for the PS5 or something like that.
Bring back the PS Move. I like that.
No.
The PS Move, you have to use those dumb controllers for the.
Those were so cool. Okay.
I need to. I should have bought
the bulbs at the light bulbs at the end of them. Oh no.
Yes.
I don't know.
That's
so bad.
There's a
I'm
certain.
probably gonna buy PS Move controllers so I can play.
Let's just say Sony took a little bit too many design cues from a certain other Japanese company that produces similarly shaped objects. What?
No, I want Hot Shots Golf.
Thinking.
Okay.
I have the demo and I haven't played it yet, but.
Well, that's useless.
Well, I'm like, I don't want to go in there with the controller and it's bad. I want to get the full. I'm gonna get my swing on. You know.
Hell yeah.
So.
Okay.
Do you have a good golf?
Until you whack all.
Hey. Are my clubs not in the shot anymore? I used to have my clubs in the shot.
I don't think
Here,
there's a shot,
I
no.
think I shoved them into my.
What kind of clubs do you have?
King Cobras.
Oh!
Yeah.
They're decent.
Yeah, they're old though. They're like 10 years old.
Fair enough.
Okay.
They should make a PS Tower is just a gaming PC that comes with a USB PS2 controller.
Culture of golf.
People would buy it just for the controller, I swear.
Yeah, right. Okay, Andrew. Avengers game. Can we play that in VR?
I'd probably not.
Okay.
But
Hey,
there's
that's a good way.
no, the Avengers. So Comic-Con is a big thing that happens every year.
Yes.
And if you're not aware, Avengers was a comic at one point. Maybe still is a comic, not
Was
just
it?
movies.
Yeah, no, it is still is.
And so I kind of feel like this was obviously going to happen when they announced, hey, we're going to show off the new Avengers gameplay at like a panel for Comic-Con. And of course, there's been a bunch of like camera leaks, like phone camera leaks, and we saw some of the gameplay. They had no plans to release this gameplay for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know what the point was. Like, you know, the whole con exclusive thing, like, is kind of weird to me. But whatever.
Gameplay is in the chat if anybody wants to see it.
Yes, thank you. And you know, people pay a lot of money to go to those cons, so I guess they need to show them something exclusive.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
It's one of those things. It's like you want to keep something private that you demo at a public event. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's not a great look. But yes, so they showed off. I don't know how long the game demo actually was, but there's definitely there's one that's like 40 seconds. There's one that's like 6 minutes. All of like the same stuff pretty much. But they show off Thor and some gameplay. And I don't know, man. I watched like a couple minutes of that game, and it just looks so weird. I don't know if I'm used to like just like the MCU like costumes, but like the costumes look so just like.
You know what I think the issue from watching it is? It's a little too slow.
That's what I saw. The complaint was like, oh, it looks a little slow, and
It's
I
like-
was thinking like it just looks like the characters are waiting for you to just punch them in the face. Like the character,
Yeah.
like the enemies aren't doing anything. They're kind of just hanging out, and like obviously it's Thor. He's gonna just destroy them.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
wow.
stomp you, but
to begin with, Thor has speakers on his chest, so yeah.
Yeah, it looks
he's got those
like-
sweet vinyls on his chest.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
toss a
God,
record on his chest.
subwoofers, you know?
Yeah.
Oh shit. But yeah, like I don't know. There are some cool things I will say. Like he just like whacks a dude with the hammer, and the dude just goes flying, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the part
Like,
that I'm on board with. Of like the
when he's
silliness.
Yeah, when he's connecting and whatnot, it looks great, but it just still seems a little too slow, even with the combos.
Sure. Like there's like a lot of like hit like what's like a good word, like lag. Like when he hits them, it like slows down a little bit just to like kind of show off the hit. I feel like
The slow-mo of it.
not a slow mo, but like, you know, if you play games and like
Oh, bullet
when you're
time.
hitting, not really bullet time, but like when you're making connection with like a character and like it kind of like just like chunky, you know, it's like
Oh, to give you
Yeah.
the weight of the
Yeah.
impact. I know what you're
It's just
talking
like-
about. I forget the
yeah.
technical name for it as well, but I know what you're talking about now. But it's like to give a sense of that impact, yeah.
yeah, so like it kind of slows down. Whereas like, you know, some games will you're just kind of like Sekiro, you're kind of, not that saying like their comparison at all, but like you're just kind of slicing through things and
Right.
moving, right?
Sure.
I guess your criticism is why they didn't release the footage. Yeah, I mean maybe.
It's just a dumb stunt.
Because they knew it was gonna happen. They knew the footage was
Yeah.
gonna get leaked.
Yeah.
I guess it's all for headlines, right?
I swear, don't share it.
Please. I know, right?
To
It
me,
was probably some employee of the Marvel game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
this
right.
should be an
It's
intentional
like, I got
leak,
this
right?
200 IQ.
200 IQ marketing strat. That's what Google
Yeah.
is doing with the Pixel 4. They leaked their own phone, like a month or so back. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did that.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what? We're gonna get ahead of people and just like posted a picture
So here's like
of it
the
or some
top
advertising.
half of the back of the phone. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh,
Anyway.
congratulations! It looks like a pixel.
Yeah.
It's like a phone.
Yeah. It looks like a phone. Nice.
to me, this just looks like an on-rails mobile game, to be honest, a bit. And I think a lot of people have said this. Like, obviously, it's not a mobile game; it's coming to consoles and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it looks
Mhm.
like it's like the whole. I think they showed off Iron Man as well.
Yeah.
And the whole flying mechanic of that is like it looks like one of those games where you kind of swipe to go left, swipe to go right. And I think like to me it looks like it's so disjointed. Like you don't have full control over the character. It looks like it's kind of gimmicky flying controls in a sense.
Mhm.
Okay.
To be fair, this might be the tutorial, so like could.
Or
Yeah.
to be
Could be.
entirely fair, also, it's just like I don't know, things like combat speed and everything for a game like this could be easy to tweak, and game's
Yeah,
still
I
fairly
think
it
early in
should be,
development.
yeah.
Yeah. But,
So-
I don't know. I just don't like the look of it. Something about it, man. It's just
It doesn't. Yeah.
superheroes like in the real world bother me. I don't know. Like I was watching some like
I mean, yeah, if I
Ultimate
saw
Alliance
Hulk
game.
watching that, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was watching Ultimate Alliance gameplay, and I was like, I don't like the way these characters look. I don't know. The costumes like look like they're just so silly. I don't know. I can't.
They
handle
look
it.
like cosplays.
Yeah, like right. They just look like cosplays or something.
Was
And-
that? Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't
Finish.
know.
Go ahead.
No, I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
ranting.
I don't know, was that like I don't know? Was that like an initial I don't want to say controversy, but like an initial thing about this game when it was shown off at E3 or whatever?
Yeah.
It was just like
Yeah,
The
they were, like,
characters
they
just
did,
looked
like,
weird.
yeah.
Like a stunt doubles or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard a good one. I think they look like they're porn, like they're porn doppelgangers.
That's pretty
The
good.
Phantom.
Oh god. I don't know.
Anthony has left us with that one.
Yeah. Looks like an SNL parody.
Sad.
SNL.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. You see, I don't know how they can go from having characters with the fidelity of like Cloud and Tifa and Aerith and Final, because I mean it's Square Enix, right? To having
Yeah,
characters
Chris
of the
Evans,
caliber that are in I don't know Ultimate or whatever this name is called, the Marvel Avengers.
Yeah,
This,
let's just say Avengers. Game.
okay, Avengers.
game,
Yeah,
make
it's
it
just
easy.
like
I don't
there's
think
such a
we know an
weird
official
disconnect
name
there.
for
Yeah,
I
there's
think
a
that
weird
is the
disconnect.
name, to be
It
honest.
was called the Avengers Project. I don't know. That's still.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know.
Code
Is
name
this
for
like
it.
does this affect your excitement at all? I was never really super excited for it just because
No.
of what came out of E3. It's
Okay.
like nothing, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that, are we all marveled out? Is like
It's- I'm
everybody in
not
the world just marveled out?
I'm not
Yeah.
surprised with this, to say the least. It's like, yeah, it kind of looked mediocre when they showed it at E3.
Yeah.
Kind of looks mediocre now.
I'm super duper indifferent towards this whole game, to be honest, and everything.
Yeah.
At the Square Enix
Oh, yeah.
booth at E3, they did have a little like base station set up for the Avengers. But I did not see a whole lot of people come in and around of there, so I don't know what that.
They were just doing like a big behind the scenes thing, like
Okay.
that just showed like very little.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the,
So like, I feel bad if anyone sat in a really long line and to watch that
Yeah.
because it wasn't much.
To me, it's not so much the fact of being marveled out. It's just it looks bad.
I want pictures of Spider-Man.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think this game is a little bit late. I'll be honest.
yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, because like
But at the same time, if they put it out during like all the MCU stuff, you're like, that's not Robert Downey Jr.
Well, the
yeah.
hard part is we have closure with Captain America, with Iron Man, and with
Endgame spoilers,
Yep.
by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have.
I'm just saying it's closure. I'm not saying what happens.
Oh, okay.
But we have closure with those characters, so we're kind of settled. Okay, they're, they're not as important anymore, or something like that. It's like their role isn't there anymore, per se.
Did they?
It's like, okay, we're releasing a game where they're the main things again. It's like, okay.
Okay.
It's like, I don't understand why, but okay.
Sure. No worries.
So,
Did
yeah, I
they
can see why
re-release Endgame in America? In cinemas?
Yes.
Yes.
They did.
To
yeah.
try and beat
They did.
Avatar, but it still didn't.
Ugh.
Still missed it by that much.
Yeah. But I
Which
don't
is
know. The
pretty
mouse
hilarious.
always wins. So Avatar, Marvel, both IPs under Disney. You know. Yeah.
Oh,
The
really?
mouse always wins. Okay.
31.
Yeah. The mouse
I
always
honestly wonder how the second Avatar is gonna do.
wins. Oh, there's supposed to be
I
like
think it's
3 more of
never
those
coming.
things.
It's never coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, starting in 2020,
coming.
they're gonna do yearly releases for Avatar. You know, for like 3 years.
It's gonna be
straight.
the Star Wars of fantasy. I
but
guess.
worse because it's a bad
Yeah.
movie.
I
Hey,
agree, I
sixth
didn't
grade
like
me
it.
Do
really
you not
likes
like
Avatar.
Avatar?
It's
No.
like 3 hours, and I have no idea what's happening.
It's like 3 hours of ponytail. Yeah. You know?
I knew where you're going with that
Yeah.
word.
Okay. Anything else to say about the Avengers game? Oh, do you know what game we haven't seen in a while? That, like, RPG Harry Potter game from Warner Brothers that was leaked a while
I was
back.
just thinking. I feel like I just thinking about that game a couple weeks ago.
Because we're in the realm of phone leaks. So.
Oh, because that Harry Potter Go game came out.
That's right.
Yeah, the Niantic Harry Potter Wizarding Universe or something like that got released.
Okay.
Yeah.
I fell
Has
asleep
anybody
during.
tried that?
No, I haven't. No.
Nope.
Okay. I haven't bothered.
Okay.
I
Anyway.
did Harry Potter.
Speaking of, there's no good segue for this. Anyway, let's talk about The Witcher, though, and let's not actually hate on it, though. Matt, go for it.
I actually quite enjoyed the trailer, honestly. It's one thing that I like.
What are we talking about?
Give me a second to link it. How about that?
Okay.
I haven't pulled up on it.
Witcher Netflix series.
Yes.
Yeah, I've released a trailer for it apparently.
Yeah.
They
It's
have.
interesting.
I watched it right before the podcast started,
Same.
so
Watched it last
freshly
night.
in the brain.
Fresh
but,
ass.
yeah. Well, let's just start. Like Henry Cavill,
You guys go. Let me
good
get
actor,
Okay,
right?
Time.
Yeah.
Are you on board with him being Geralt? Geralt, that's his name, right?
Yeah, Geralt. I am now.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know, listeners of the podcast will know, it's like, more and
There we
more,
go, I
like,
posted it.
screens and images came out of, like, Henry Cavill. I was like, oh, I don't think he really works. It's like, he's way too pretty. I will say that, okay, I think he's adopted the character very, very well and everything. And I mean, discounting his physical stature, I think he works fine as Geralt now. You know, going through the trailer, I think they messed him up pretty well during the fights and everything. Although I still think that he doesn't clean up, or he cleans up a bit too much and everything. You know, still just like the resting, just like clean before battle version of Geralt is still a little bit too pretty, in my opinion. But also, I'm a little bit of a purist in the sense that, in my opinion, Geralt in Witcher 2 and 3 is way too pretty, also. So, anyway.
Which is hilarious because he looks pretty messed up there. At least in my opinion.
Okay, I think Witcher 1 is still like closest to Geralt's true appearance in the books, but anyway.
And you're comparing to the books, right?
Yeah, exactly. And okay, this Netflix series is going to be based on the books more so than the games.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It doesn't even mention. They mention the books in the trailer, but they don't mention the games at all. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, Anthony, have you seen the trailer? What do you think?
Yeah, I saw it just before we went live. I am kind of excited for it now, I must say. Like, with the photos that we saw in some of the video as well, with the, was it Nilfgaardian armor?
Yeah.
I think it was. It looked real bad, like before this actual trailer, but now it looks okay. We only saw a very brief glimpse of it. But it seems okay. Like the whole fight scenes and whatever that we saw in the trailer looked pretty decent. I agree with you. Geralt still looks too pretty, to be honest. But they do mess him up quite well, like after he's drunk one of the potions or whatever they're called.
Yes.
He looks like some sort of demon thing, which is cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see that part actually.
That's going to be a fairly frequent thing, though. That's the thing. It's like all the Witcher potions kind of mess you up.
Yeah. Yep. And they show off like he's got his traditional yellow eyes as those shots. So I'm excited for this. I must say though, like the trailer wasn't something that kind of really got me on board. I wasn't really like, oh yeah, I've so got to see this. To me, it didn't really make too much sense, in a sense. Like, if I see a Marvel trailer or something like that, I'm excited to go and see it, probably because I'm a Marvel fan. But like, I guess it is a TV show trailer as well, so they've got kind of put in a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely excited for it.
Okay. Yeah,
I wasn't a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, I will say it's just like, I went from this series is probably going to be bad, it might flop and everything just doesn't look good, to, you know what, I'll probably watch this. This seems decent now. This seems decent. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing that has me most excited is I love when they make like real life animatronics for the like monsters and whatnot. And they seem to have done that for most of them so far. There's one shot of something, you know, rising out of the lake at the end that seemed to be CGI. But most of it seemed to most of it seemed real, which was awesome because I think that looks so much better in my opinion.
Okay. Andrew, what do you think?
I said a little bit earlier, but like it just reminds me how much I don't like high fantasy.
Okay.
Like
fair enough.
Like
Fair enough.
It reminds me a lot of Game of Thrones, and I have never watched Game of Thrones, but for some reason I was like, this looks like Game of Thrones.
You know what the best part about this series is, as opposed to Game of Thrones, is that this is actually based on a completed book series.
You sound salty.
I must say though, like if I hadn't have played the Witcher games, I wouldn't watch this.
Really?
I've only
Okay.
played this third one and I didn't finish it.
Okay.
But it's a good game, and it could be a good show.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, I'm only gonna watch this because I know the games and whatnot. So that's kind of what I meant about the trailer as well. Like it's not a trailer that really grasps you. So
Yeah, there was a lot of like weird, just like I felt like there's a lot
the-
going on in that trailer, but like it didn't. If I didn't know,
Didn't pull you
I
in.
still don't know. Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
that's yeah.
Okay.
Like it just looked like there were
A lot
just some mumbo jumbo going on.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
exactly.
It looked very convoluted. So
A lot of interesting shots, but not a lot of context.
yeah,
Precisely.
exactly.
I guess.
Yeah, but I think that-
it's like I guess if you're not super knowledgeable about it, you wouldn't know the context for a lot of it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Matt.
I don't know.
But I think that's kind of important, you know, not to bring in too much context so they don't,
Sure.
you know, tell you exactly what's going on to give you some sort of element of surprise.
Yeah, I guess not showing off all the monsters is probably a good idea. As well.
Yeah.
Sure.
They've only showed like off shots of it or whatnot.
I will say though, it's just like it looks like they're not like throwing any punches though or anything. It's like we got quite a few, and I mean this takes place very, very early in the Witcher timeline and everything. Like Ciri is so young from what we saw in the
right.
trailer, and then Yennefer is still a hunchback and everything. It looks
I didn't
like...
even know that was a thing. I
Okay.
saw that and I was like, what?
Yeah,
What's
so
going
it's
on
like
here?
in the books,
Yeah.
Yennefer was like this super ugly, like crooked-faced hunchback, as we saw in the trailer and
Oh.
everything. But through all like these
Yeah.
magical augmentations and everything she's gone through to be a witch and whatnot, she's become a lot prettier, obviously.
Surgery.
Yeah, she's become obviously a lot prettier. And
Modern day medicine.
yeah,
That's weird.
and then
I
there
feel
were a
about
couple of dialogues from Henry Cavill speaking as Geralt that seemed kind of promising. So
Yeah.
it's like the whole big thing is like Witchers are neutral to most things and everything. It's like they don't really care. They show up, they kill the monster, they get paid, they go back to wherever they came from or whatever, and
Right,
that's the
right.
end of that. They don't care. And so it's just like there's this one line in the trailer where it's just like it's like I don't know, maybe some girl's trying to seduce him or something. It seemed like this is nothing more than me just killing this monster. It's like it's literally it.
Right, yeah.
It's like I only care as long as I get paid. So
Hmm.
yeah. And then we also know a couple additional details where there's not going to be like an overarching villain, which is
Interesting.
yeah, which is good, which is good. Yeah, so
I mean, that makes sense, but
There never really was though in the Witcher games, like with
in one,
But there was like a
definitely
full-
was. There was
oh
like an
yeah, the one-
antagonist you chase around in one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know in the books that there is supposed to be like an overarching villain or
Yeah.
group type thing, right?
It's like, yeah, what are those
Like, isn't-
evil
isn't-
frost dudes? Is that? See, this is why I just get confused.
Isn't
Really?
like throughout
Andrew is
throughout
just
the
here,
books
he's
at
like-
least the wild hunt is supposed to be the overarching like
Yeah,
menace.
yeah.
Somewhat,
There you go.
that's like I wouldn't
Something
describe
like
the
that.
Wild Hunt as necessarily a antagonist, but more of like a conflict driver sort of thing. It's not like
Sure,
yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
they're not an overarching antagonist in the sense of they're responsible for every single thing going wrong in the books or anything like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
They're just kind of a plot element and a conflict driver that gets brought in. So from time to time,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's kind of what I mean by there's no overarching villain or anything. Like it's kind of more countries just kind of fighting against each other
Yeah.
and groups and all that kind of stuff. It's politics.
Yeah. Let's just say that there's no like Thanos in The Witcher or anything. There's
Yeah,
no like
your
existential
Politics
threat.
out of my video games.
Yeah,
Really?
But anyway, I will say what
Really?
did really sell me on the show
Dragon Age.
was the end of the trailer when Geralt was pretty messed up looking after having drank that potion. He was about to square up with the spider. That was pretty solid.
Mm.
Yeah,
Square up with a spider, so he's gonna drink. a
Square up!
potion.
I mean that's what he's doing. I mean he's certainly built enough to do that. You know,
Yeah,
It's
it's
like-
just fun.
man. Yeah. All right. So anything else to say about the
Cool.
Witcher trailer?
Uh,
Not
When
really.
is it coming out? Do we know when that's coming out?
I think November,
No.
October or November.
Oh
I don't know.
That's
Actually,
soon.
yeah.
If that's your...
I know
I
filming
actually-
wrapped up a month or so ago.
I plan on watching it now.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. A little bit of a tech topic this week. Intel, who has
Hey.
famously struggled with getting down their processors to 10 nanometers, is saying we will have 7 nanometer chips out by 2021. They said we were basically too aggressive pursuing 10 nanometers, but we're not going to make the same mistake with 7 nanometers. So 2021 it is, boys.
Yay, end of topic.
Yeah, end of topic.
Hey.
Anyway, Matt,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, go for it. Matt, what do you think?
Intel really screwed the pooch with 10 nanometer. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they did.
They've been trying for so long to get that done and get it successful. Since AMD has 7 nanometer out on both with GPUs and CPUs, and putting the pressure on Intel to say the least. They're like, you know what? Throw it out the window. We're going with 7 nanometer.
Yeah.
It's like it's still quite the gamble going with that because AMD sunk a lot of time, money, and effort to design a 7 nanometer process.
Right.
And Intel has to catch up now. Yeah, that's weird to say that Intel has to catch up. Yeah.
I guess, I don't know. It's fair to say Intel has to catch up once AMD consistently outperforms their 14 nanometer with the 7 nanometer. So, I don't know. Like,
well, no, in terms of architecture.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Intel has to catch up in that regard. Yeah, and then, I don't know. You look at Intel, it's just like, they had access to the EULV manufacturing process before anyone else did, but they kind of sat on it for a bit. They tried to push the existing process into 10 nanometers. That obviously failed, and they had many problems, as we see today. And so, yeah, hopefully, it's looking like they're not going to make the same mistake again. I don't know. I still think 2021 is going to be a little bit
quite aggressive.
Late. It's going to be pretty late for this, though, for to have 7 nanometers.
Well, no, it is extremely late because that's what, almost 3. That'll be 3 years, almost 4 years since the release of something 7 nanometer.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's late, but 2 years is pretty aggressive for a change in production like that.
Right. But
who
I look at
knows?
it like this. Also, it's like TSMC today. Not today specifically, but I mean in 2019, they have a 6 and 5 nanometer process.
Yeah,
that's worked. So it's like, who's going to see adopt that in 2 years?
Yeah, I mean the 6 and 5 do work, but it's not necessarily consumer grade yet.
No, I'm just saying it's just like, where will that process be in 2 years when Intel's just like, hey guys, we have 7
with
nanometers.
AMD.
Okay, fair enough.
Probably.
Fair enough. All right. That was just a quick little topic because a bit sparse on gaming news this week. I'm not gonna lie.
Slow news week.
Slow news
Yeah,
month.
it's a slow news week.
Been slow since E3, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just reasonable, I guess, right? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, E3.
When does Madden come out? That's when video games start up again, right?
Roughly, yeah.
I hate that. That's a thing, by the way.
When John Madden comes from the sky in his sleigh, brings video games to everybody. I think it's in like August, right?
August 2nd, 2019.
On the 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got like 2 more weeks.
2 weeks.
Is that Madden by Konami or is that Pez?
Pez is by Konami.
Yeah.
Yeah, Madden's EA.
Yeah.
That's conveniently the weekend of EVO, which I'm excited for.
Nice. You going? Or?
No, not this year.
Okay.
But I will be watching.
You're worried about being homeless again?
Fair enough.
No, when I plan it correctly. Just kidding. We stay at hotels, and it's much easier that way.
I'm personally attacked. No, still personally attacked.
No.
Okay. You see, we would have just stuck in a hotel, but if E3 didn't wait until the very last minute to approve our stuff, so I knew how much to. The hotels were sold out, and God, I'm never going to LA again. Let's just say.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Hold up. The important question is, Anthony, are you gonna send us there next year?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Nope.
I can't blame you. I mean,
Yeah.
live coverage was kind of difficult this time around.
CES is a much more friendlier format to do any sort of live coverage at. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's like you can literally walk up to people at CES, be like, "Hey," especially smaller studios, be like, "Hey, let's do a video with you guys."
What's going on?
Be like,
Yeah,
"Hey."
Yeah, there's so many things. They're like, hey, you can't record audio, film, and no pictures, anything. It's like, okay.
Well, this year was a weird one, but yeah.
Okay.
I feel like this year was
I
more
feel like
hands off.
E3 dying anyway, so it was really never going to ever Not really.
It's like one of those things. Like going to events is like increasingly the worst way to follow everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like if you just watched everything at E3 instead of going there, you got pretty much everything.
You got it,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing you go to events for is to get interviews or like, I don't know, hands-on stuff with games.
Yeah,
and, like,
but like in our
on
case,
that.
like the hands-on stuff we got was relatively minimal. Like,
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, most of the
We
actual
barely
like booked stuff was just like sit in a theater and watch this 20-minute presentation.
yeah, or we would
All-
talk to somebody about it. But
All the hands-on stuff was like stuff that there's been quite a bit of gameplay of like stuff like that already. Like
Yeah.
I know I sat in line for I don't know how long and played Code Vein. It's like we've seen the gameplay. It felt pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like it wasn't worth sitting in line to try to do that, especially since we've already seen gameplay of it,
Sure.
right.
and there's no reason of like writing or filming about it.
Yeah.
And nothing against Code Vein, but that's definitely not the game where you can like play a 15-minute demo and get a decent grasp of the mechanics, you know, in it.
Yeah.
either.
Sure.
So
Yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Code Vein's like an anime style Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Life
Yeah.
of Souls.
I'm trying to think what else we
Exactly.
got.
How did your Breakpoint demo though go?
That went well. I mean, we got to play an
Okay.
hour, but
Okay.
like we talked about it a while. That's kind of falls in the same category as Code Vein. Like, there's a lot of systems, and it's hard
Okay.
to
Okay.
understand everything. in that
And
one
then
hour.
yeah. Then okay, Final Fantasy 14 was Final Fantasy 14, right? It's just like that's been
Yeah.
mechanically
Yeah,
similar for a
it was just, you know,
A
to
new
build up
boss,
hype,
and
drum
that's
up
it.
hype.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What was our topic again?
We already moved past Intel, the Intel thing.
Yeah.
Like
so,
closing thoughts
yeah.
of the week.
Oh, Matt, you weren't here last
Yes.
week when I talked about this, though. AMD says, hey, the only way you get PCIe 4 is through having an X570 chipset with a Ryzen 3000 processor. And Asus goes and publishes...
Flexing on them.
Asus goes and publishes, it's like, oh yeah, 470 will work
We can
for
do it.
PCIe 4. And published a list of their boards that'll work for PCIe 4.
Is it? Now let me ask: is PCIe 4 a hardware or software upgrade?
It's a hardware upgrade.
So they would have to build new stuff for that. So I think the important part
I'm
is
saying that. Okay, well, specifically, this ties into the fact that the signal integrity for the PCIe controller on the pins for the S470 boards from Asus were good enough that they can get PCIe 4 speeds on the S470 boards, despite despite AMD saying you need the latest and greatest for it.
Yeah. Okay, so that is quite the difference of it is a hardware upgrade technically, but their boards are capable of it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the important part to walk away. The next question would be, how reliable is that? I mean,
Consistent. It works just fine. That's the
cool. Good to know. That's why I haven't read up on it, so that's why I'm
Okay.
asking all the questions
No, that's
and
fine.
trying to form an opinion on a spot. Okay, I can understand the reason AMD is trying to say that, because they want to try to get to buy the best thing.
See, I think
but-
that's anti-consumer.
What?
Huh?
Saying to buy the best thing?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, like, saying that it won't work on the older boards when it does. Like, what's the whole disconnect between the Asus and AMD there? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm trying to get there. I could see where you're getting at. That's anti-consumer. And that's a very scumbaggish move. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's all I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear. Okay.
What? You wanted me to say something bad about AMD?
Yes, I
have
wanted an AMD
before.
fanboy to admit they did something anti-consumer.
I am not a goddamn. Have you not watched my video on the Tech for Thought affiliated channel where I say, what the fuck is it? What is AMD thinking about the Radeon 7?
Now I've got to moderate the blinking podcast. Thank you so much.
Okay. Anyway.
Fired.
But it's like, I can't deny it, but it's like,
Okay. Anyway. All right. Final thoughts for this past week. Anyone got anything they wanted to say all show but haven't been able to say it?
No,
No?
go home, Taylor.
Okay.
My face still hurts.
Okay.
he's already home.
Anthony, anything?
Not really. No, I'm good.
Okay.
Today.
Matt, anything?
I'm posting a link. Go sub to that channel.
Oh my god.
I am timing.
You didn't even post the link properly this time.
Yeah, I even can't even click
You
it.
didn't even link it. Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
You haven't banned me yet, sir.
Anthony, what games are releasing this?
Hey, I have the list this week.
Sweet, because I remembered this week.
I'm doing something right. So Nowhere Profit is going to PC on July 19th, which has already been, so that's awesome. July 22nd, we have Beyond Two Souls, obviously going to PC. Flashback is going to Android and iOS on July 22nd as well. Rise, Race to the Future is going to Switch on July 22nd. Swords and Souls, Never Seen is going to PC on July 22nd as well. Caravan Stories is going to PS4 on July 23rd. Tetris Effect is going to PC, Rift, and Vive on July 23rd as well. Andrew will be keen for that.
The best game of last year.
Sure.
Nice.
Where was I? Okay, Biotopia going to Steam Early Access, obviously for PC on July 23rd. Automata Chef is going to PC and Switch on July 23rd as well. Mustache Amigos is going to PC and Xbox One on July 23rd.
I feel like this is the part where I'm supposed to interrupt you.
Iritus Lord of the Dead is going to Steam Early Access on July 24th.
I'm back.
Powerumi, however you pronounce that, is going to Xbox One and Switch on July 24th as well. EA Access is going to PS4, finally, on July 24th. Who's going to get that? Nobody. Arma 3 Contract.
Contact.
Contact, fine, whatever. He's going to PC on July 25th. Super Mega Baseball 2 Ultimate Edition is going to Switch on July 25th. A Place for the Unwilling is going to PC on July 25th as well. Turok Escape from Lost Valley is going to PC on July 25th. When was the last time we got a Turok game?
At least 1999, I don't know.
They did a re-release
I
for
remember.
their Xbox 360 or something like that one.
Cool. Fantasy Strike is going to PS4 and Switch on July 25th. Check out Andrew's review of that. Smoots
When it
Summer
releases.
Games. Hey, what?
Yeah, I can't. When it releases, they will be. Well, maybe a day or. Yeah, because I gotta do online stuff.
Sure. Smoots Summer Games is going to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on July 25th. Raiden 5 Director's Cut is Switch on July 25th as well. Songbird Symphony is going to PC, PS4, Switch on July 25th. Kill a Kill, If. Is that If or something else? PC, PS4, Switch on July 25th. Wolfenstein Youngblood is going to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on July 26th. That is... Gee, that came up pretty darn quick.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Three Houses is going to Switch on July 26th. I was not expecting that to release either. Unlucky 7 is going to PC on July 26th. Tatsumo Party is going to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on July 26th. And Wolfenstein Cyberpilot is going to Vive and PSVR on July 26th, and that's it for this week.
Decent week. Not bad. Oh, this really sounds
Getting
sweet.
more news out of that.
Has anyone picked up Kill Squad yet?
You know what? I think I'm gonna pick it up right. I was just thinking about it.
You were just thinking about it. Okay.
I actually have that pin on my backpack.
Nice.
I have
The ones I gave out.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Yeah, just found mine.
All right. Fantasy Freak 1112 is now following. Thank you for the follow, sir. All right.
Lots of follows this week.
Yeah, and I think that's gonna wrap it up for this week, guys. Very nice. Yeah, there were super cool dudes at E3. Looked fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab that game.
Okay. All right. So Andrew, where can the people follow you on Twitter?
You guys can find me at Duronski. That's DURONSKI. Twitter, Instagram. I don't know what I post about. I post about my dumb cats eating my food. I post about beer. So check it out. Beer. Hey, that sounds cool.
All right. Anthony, how about yourself?
Nowhere. I don't post anything ever. I'm
Okay.
on Twitter, and I mainly do this like social media. I don't have time for anything else. So I'm on Twitter at SameAntman19. You can go and follow me. I will see it, and I'll try and respond. What did you say, Matt?
I'm saying bye to Fantasy Freak and
Garlic bread. Have a good one.
Reno.
Enjoy.
Yeah, appreciate the views.
Have to go
guys.
pick some up, Matt. Go, Sean!
All right.
Okay.
Matt,
Oh my god, I'm red.
you on Twitter?
Yes, I am. I am on Twitter at filmedbygman. There's a link for the handy people who want to follow me there.
You're just on it today with the links.
I
Man.
am hot with the links. You want another link?
I swear to
Damn.
God, if you link your SoundCloud, okay.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
That.
The Tet for Thought channel is Matt's equivalent to linking SoundCloud. Okay.
That is my SoundCloud. Yeah. So at Twitter, you can find me there at filmedbygman. I write reviews for Culture of Gaming on the main website. I also occasionally make the video for them as well.
You're supposed to stream when you stream.
I stream? No, I could I could play Uno on stream. Sean.
Okay.
We'll stream Uno soon.
Yeah.
I'll say that much. We'll stream
Follow
it
me on
soon.
Twitter. I make memes. No worries.
Excellent.
Buddy.
You make good memes. Actually, Sean made a meme that got like 9,000 upvotes on Reddit.
Solid.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You can follow me on Twitter at INFERIUSELLECON. That is at InfuriousElecon. I post all sorts of things on Twitter. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. So, again, that's going to wrap it up for this week. Thanks to all the new viewers tuning in. Thanks for all the new followers following. And we hope to see you guys next week. Same great time, same great place. We will see you all then.